Welcome in. This is Ricky Reacts. I'm here with Dylan McKinnon. I want you to like and subscribe over here. Also, you can catch myself, Bill Colarulo, Silvana Kelleher, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 on Unfiltered on 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com, and NBC Sports Philadelphia. But we would love you to like and subscribe. And this is a little video where Dylan comes up with questions, tries to stump me, I think, for the most part, because there may be some that I don't know. I'll still answer them, but I don't know if they're going to be correct. Anyways, Dylan, on you.
Yeah, we'll start with this. Cole Hamels is on the Hall of Fame ballot for the first time. He joins his fellow Phillies teammates, Jimmy Rollins and Chase Utley. Is Cole Hamels a Hall of Famer?
I don't believe so. You know what? It's so hard to look at Hall of Famers now because when I was growing up and even when I was playing, the Hall of Fame meant you were greater than anybody else that was around. It wasn't something that they would put like fantasy numbers on and say, oh, well, his WAR is better than this guy. It was kind of more of a visual thing. Look, I think Cole Hamels was a great pitcher. I mean, his numbers are good. He's gotten World Series MVP. I don't think not having a Cy Young, I think that might be a little bit of an issue. I just think, the guys that are Hall of Famers in my eyes in this type of an era would be guys like a Randy Johnson, guys like a Roy Halladay. I know Johnson's already in, but I'm just throwing these guys out there. Clayton Kershaw. You look at what he's done in his career. Max Scherzer is going to get in. Back in the day, it was like, okay, Greg Maddux, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Tom Glavine, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. John Smoltz, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, you kind of knew who was on the path there. Now it's kind of like there's so many guys that are just put on the ballot because you could look at this ballot right now, and Cole's going to survive because of the ballot. Is he a Hall of Famer? I think it's just questionable. It just depends on the individual that's voting, and the voting is so much different than it used to be because some people in there are old school. Other people are all about the analytical numbers and the WAR. And if you go by his WAR, yeah, he's got a shot to get in. And I think a lot of these people who vote now kind of go by that stuff.
Okay, I'm going to rattle off a few names that are also on the ballot, either first timers or returners. That's warrant you to say if they're a Hall of Famer or not. We'll start with another first time on the ballot, Ryan Braun.
No. I mean, no. What do you have? 2 or 3 good seasons where he put up big numbers. PEDs was a little bit of an issue in there. I just don't see it. It's not a guy that kind of stands up to me. Let me put it this way. If he is a Hall of Famer, let's just say Ryan Braun gets in, you're going to have to put a ton of guys in. Starting with a guy that's on the Phillies or at least a free agent this year, that's Kyle Schwarber, would be an automatic go right now to go into the Hall of Fame. And I'm not saying Kyle can't get there, but he could quit today. And by those numbers, I think he would get in over Ryan Braun. So that to me is a bit of an issue. I think Ryan Braun is an absolute no.
Okay, the guy returning who had the most votes last year without getting in, Carlos Beltran.
Interesting enough, he's been in some talks about some things. He was on the team with the Houston Astros, right, with the banging of the cans. So I think he was a great player, and I guess if you take away the issues, the off the field issues that came onto the field, I would say he would definitely be a Hall of Famer. I mean, he was a great player in his day. He had longevity. And it was a little bit of everything. I mean, he had some power, he had some speed, he could hit for average. He did a little bit of everything. So I think he's a guy that may get in.
Okay. One of the best defensive center fielders ever, and this is last year on the ballot, Andruw Jones.
In my eyes, yes. I played against Andruw Jones, and he was no joke. Once again, you talk about center fielders and guys who could go get the ball and got great jumps on the ball. As we here in Philadelphia know, we haven't seen a great center fielder here since, Shane Victorino? And I don't know if he was, quote unquote, a great center fielder. He got the job done out there, though. And in my eyes, it's just one of those positions where if you could play defense and you're saving a lot of runs, that definitely has to be considered. But, I mean, him again, longevity was there. Numbers were there. Postseason, he was there. I think he gets in. I think he sneaks in this year.
And they will close it out with two of Cole Hamels' teammates, Jimmy Rollins and Chase Utley.
I think Jimmy's going to get in. I think Jimmy should have the better chance to get in, but like with the numbers nowadays, if they take 3 or 4 seasons and look at the 3 or 4 seasons, I think Chase Utley has a legitimate chance to get in. Both great players, and I'm not taking anything away from either one of them. But the Hall of Fame to me is you have to be the elite of the most elite ever to play, not just those years, but ever to play. And it's just a tough thing to measure these days. Things have changed. Like I said, there's a very good chance that they both get in. There is a chance that they both get in. I would be surprised if they both get in, but if they do, congratulations to both of them.
I'm going to stay on this topic from the morning show, talk about in their post-show headlines, but I thought you would have strong thoughts on it. One of their post-show topics was about the rude things people do in public. And they wanted to propose fines for things that people do in public that's rude. An example they gave that is people who get to the front of the TSA check-in and don't have their ID or their boarding pass ready, so they're holding up.
Oh, I hate that.
So they propose, you should be fined if you're not ready.
Yeah.
What is something that people do in public that's rude that you think they should be fined for?
People that start a traffic jam. If you are the reason, and you people out there know who you are, if you start a traffic jam, $500 fine right off the bat. There should be no questions about it. You know who you are. You know when you're in the wrong lane. You're in the left lane. You should be in the right lane. You're tapping on the brakes when it's 60 or 65 miles an hour and you're going 40. You should get an automatic $500 ticket. It's not the people going the speed limit or a couple miles over it that should get it. They're just trying to get to your spots. The other thing is on the road, I'm going to go with this too. Everybody knows what a right on red is. Take it. You don't take it. You're ticking people off behind you. That should be a $1,000 ticket because that's just plain old stupidity at its best. So, yeah, I think there's your public people right there. Do you have one?
People who they get to like the front of the line at like a fast food place, or they get to the drive-thru and they don't know what they want.
Oh, no. You know what I don't like? We've all been to Chick-fil-A. You have the mobile order lane, and there's people trying to order from the mobile lane.
Yeah.
You read a sign.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Read a sign. Big time fines. Yes.
Okay. We have a scandal at the Fanatic.
Yeah.
At some point, someone poked a hole in all the coffee
funny,
cups.
though.
And there's a lot of accusations being thrown around.
At me, for some reason. It wasn't me for the first time.
So I'm going to read to you what some of our coworkers wrote on Instagram and Twitter. I just want to get your
coworkers. You better say the names.
Oh, I am. Connor Thomas responded, "This has Ricky Bowe all over it."
That's fine because I've done some things in the past, but I fess up to them at one point or another. Like the board. I erased the board. It was obvious. Everybody saw me do it, and I just denied it. It was easy to deny because Dylan was standing right there when I did it. Savannah saw it, as a matter of fact.
You tried to blame me.
I tried to blame everybody, but in the end, I would definitely admit it. This one was not me, but so go ahead.
It is someone you've already been a bit ticked off at today, but Brendan Petrilli, that is wild, definitely Ricky.
How would he know? By the way, did anybody think that it might be him?
He was here.
He does a lot of hanging around in here. And by the way, you notice I'm not throwing anybody under the bus because, number one, when I saw it, who was having a drink? It was late in the day yesterday. And you had said there's been nobody even over there because Dylan McKinnon was sitting there all day long. So whoever did it may have been before our show. Regardless of the fact, go ahead. Who's next?
John Mark simply just said Ricky Bowe.
How would he know? The little guy's been here for how long now? Month and a half? He doesn't know jack.
Salciunas wrote, odds Ricky Bowe minus 100 trillion.
He's wrong. He lost a lot of money then there, pal. And I heard him on the radio throwing me under the bus. Yeah. Don't throw me under the bus on the radio if you don't know the truth. And now I'm a little ticked off at it. I think it's funny, but I'm a little ticked off at it that they were coming at me this morning because I've kind of smothered that whole thing. Yeah. I haven't been going after the morning show. Guess what? You are back on my list now. All three of you too. Because Connor was in on it too.
If you're pissed at people who aren't on the show accusing you, you'll get really mad at this one. Bill Colarulo. Ricky saw me drinking out of these today. It had to be him trying to sabotage.
Oh, do you remember this? That was after the fact that you and I found out. So shove it, Bill. Stick it where the sun don't shine.
Now, there were a few people who accused someone else.
You got accused.
Nate, who's APing for John Marks, said this is 100% Bill Colarulo.
Yeah, because Bill tried throwing me under the bus.
And then Silvana, Brendan Gunn, and Dutz commented, but they did not accuse you. They didn't make any accusations.
Well, I didn't do it. I mean, you see me walking around all the time. If I were to do it, number one, I would have made noise. Okay, I'm loud. I don't do things quietly. And I probably would have laughed when I first saw it. But I was like, really? Somebody did? Now it's funny. Because I kind of wish somebody would have drank something out of it. That would have been better. But I didn't do it, so I'm not really that worried about it.
Who do you think did it?
You.
You think I did?
I do.
I'm the one who called it out.
Number one, Dylan was in a really strange mood yesterday. He was in a bad mood. He was kind of like very ornery yesterday. So I think it very much could have been Dylan, and he's just kind of keeping it under.
It's like a Richard Jewell situation. I find it, I diffuse it,
well, you
and
didn't
then I get blamed.
You just lied.
Well, I called it out.
Oh, see, now we caught you.
I reported it. I put it out on social media.
Oh, you put it on social media, but you didn't find it.
Yeah.
So you did just lie.
Well, what I meant was I put it on social media.
So you lied. See, he lied right on camera, right to all of us. Anyways,
I'm not on camera.
This has been Ricky Reacts. I want you to like and subscribe over here. You can catch myself, Bill Colarulo, Savannah Kelleher on Unfiltered Monday through Friday, 2 to 6, 97.5 Fanatic, 97.5 Fanatic.com, and NBC Sports Philadelphia. Thanks for watching Unfiltered on YouTube. You could like and subscribe down here. You could also see our other shows over here. Go ahead and watch them all. We love when you watch. The one thing, hey, you could also catch us on 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com, and NBC Sports Philadelphia. See you there.